Hello, good day. Just a second here. Yes, this is what I need. CBM. I'm going to convert this machine, which is an 8296, into a 40 column machine. And there it is. Oh, excuse me. Now, alright, so I don't need to, but I'm going to, oops, am I doing this right? Yes, N1, colon. So we're going to make another copy here. Colon. P slash C, comma, H1, colon, 15. So we have drive 0 open. What we have here is, we're going to format drive 1. Open 15, 8, 15, quote, N1, colon, help disk, colon, space, P slash C, comma, H1, quote, colon, close 15. And away she goes. And yes, I did tickle the disk drive. I did. I'm sure by now you know, but in case you've not watched, tickling the drive is letting the drive get spinning and closing the door while it's spinning. It helps seat the disk better and gives better results when doing backups and copies and reading and writing, and most anything. The later 1541s automatically did this, as did some of the 8050s and some of the 8250s, but most of the 1541s that I ever saw did not do this, as in spin the drive. Okay, so are we formatted? We are. Now we're going to load copy. The asterisk means it's going to go find me the first thing named copy. And I know the copy all is on this disk. Oh, accepting. I did not close the disk and drive 0. Why did I not do that? Because I didn't want to accidentally format it. So here we are. We're going from 8, 0 to 8, 1. And we want everything. So I'm holding down the Y key. Oh, and there, that's CBM 4032 version 2.1. A great program because a lot of things were written with the 40 column machine in mind, and then what? Oh, no, we do not. And then of course there came the 80 column machine, which is a magical, beautiful thing, but programs like Space Invaders and other things which have already been written, well, they really don't look good on 80 columns. So, thus the conversion program that tricks the machine to think it's 40 columns. So, this is called the help disk. It is for the pet. I'm not sure of all the things that do it. Looks like there's a terminal program and Word Pro printer. I'm guessing. See, Word Pro files were interesting things, and you really couldn't read them, but I suspect that Word Pro printer, that if somebody sent you a Word Pro file, that even though you couldn't load it and edit it and do anything of that nature, that you could, very likely, print the file the way it was supposed to be printed. I suspect. I am not exactly sure, but that's what I think. So, this disk is copying. This disk is also going to be going somewhere overseas. Somewhere. Now, I'm just looking around here. because routinely when sending things, if I'm able and if I can, I do, oh there, okay, I see scissors. Somewhere I have a disk notcher. Now this opens up a whole other world of controversy about whether you should use both sides of a disk. My answer is yes. So oftentimes when I am sending disks off to far off lands, I will pick some other things and put them on the back of the disk as a surprise to the person who is getting the disk. Because really, a disk that is copied on one side weighs just the same as a disk that is copied on both sides. Or if there is some microscopic difference, it really doesn't make any difference when it comes to the post office. So, I see my scissors, and I sure wish I had or knew where my disk notcher is, but I don't. So, at some point, perhaps, I will show you how I do this. But I will describe it to make sure that I line up properly. I take another disc and put it backwards over the disc that I want to notch, to make sure that when that is lined up, that everything is lined up. And then, very carefully, I take scissors and I put two little marks where the notch should be. Now, it sounds simple, but it's not as simple as it sounds, because these disc envelope sleeve things do not often like being cut. And of course you have to make sure you don't cut too much, but you don't cut off some of the disc inside. And even with the scissors, sometimes they don't want to cut as close to the bottom as you would like. So basically, I cut ever so gently, and keep in mind I'm sitting in the dark here. And then I kind of push the stuff I don't need out of the way and take the scissors and try and snip it off. And sometimes it works very well, and mostly it is an adventure. It is very helpful if you can get as far down into the scissors as you can. It is, well, there. I think I have successfully notched the disc. Not the one that's copying, of course, because it's in the machine. But I copied one previously. So, the way I will really know is if I put this thing in and go to make a copy. And if it tells me that it is write protected, then I have to trim some more. If it does not tell me anything of that nature, then I'm all good. So, I'm not sure if I made it clear that copy all is definitely slower than backing up. But with these old discs, I find it, especially if I'm going to be shipping something halfway around the world, I would rather, I mean, the backup command, usually, if there's something wrong, it will fail, and, you know, you can figure it all out. But not always. So, like, if a disk really doesn't copyright, and I don't mean copyright, but if it doesn't copy correctly, when you do a catalog on the output disk, it comes up as a weird, not much of anything thing, and you know that something is not right. But there are times you can do a backup, it can tell you it's fine, and it's not fine, even though the directory is there. Because of course backing up does all the tracked in sectors, and copying does each file individually. I think we are almost done. Almost. See, and if you look at the end of this, there are programs. Now isn't that? Output disk full. Do you have a new one? No. So what didn't get copied there? I see the last thing should be data, data 1, data 2. Let's check. Uh-huh. Well. Alright. Something did not go right there. Well, that is strange. I'm going to collect drive 1. I would suspect that the data files are needed by terminal I-12. Term I-12, I would suspect. But that is mighty strange. Perhaps it is something to do with the relative file. That is the last data file, or sorry, the last one listed there. They are files that, you know, I found puzzling. I still find them puzzling. And, well, that's all I have to say about that. So I think the best description I can give for collecting is kind of like maybe defragmenting, which really this shouldn't need, but also if there are any files that are open or incomplete, etc., 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 it will deal with them. It will. So, it is not an exciting process here. You may be able to hear the drive moving. And there were quite a few files on here, so it will take a little time. I suppose what I can do, if, well, I know what I'm going to do after this. I'm going to run copy all again, and I'm going to try and copy those data files. And if that goes well, great. And if it doesn't, I suppose what I will do is copy the data files. Okay, we're done. So we have 2 blocks free as of this moment. And after we have collected drive 1, we have 2 blocks free. Grand. And if we catalog the original disk, we'll see that the data files need 3 blocks. Although it didn't copy either of the 2 of them. One is 2 and one is 1. So what I'm going to do, because these disks are going to the same place, I'm going to do a little copying here. 8, 0, 8, 1. And now, oh, no programs. What do you mean? What happened there? Another input is ready? Yes. Okay, so now I must watch carefully. I believe we won't have room for the program we're getting down there. Okay, we don't have room for that. We should have room for this, 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 and this. No, we do not want to move the output disk. Oh, hello, Penny. Penny's come to see us. Sheldon is usually the kitty who comes to say hi. Maybe Penny knows that we're just... Okay, another input test. Ready? No. So, how are we doing? That is... So we have 15 blocks free. And how big is the program? Ooh. Well, we could try this. It seems that the program is 14 blocks. So we're going to do this again. 80 to 81. But we are going to put in a matching thing. We're going to say yes, no. Do you want to do the output disk? No. Oh, okay, so now we do have the contents of both disks, not necessarily on the disks as they were, but it's all there. So now, yes, it is time to take the scissors and put a couple notches in this output disk very gently. And then diddle around once again in the dark. At some point I will find my disk launcher, which will make this entire process so much easier. Once again, some people say this should not be done. Okay, so now I have one disk, I have another disk, and it's all good. So, right now I have everything done, but I now have them both notched. So I can put things on the back. So I will. First, of course, I have to figure out what it is I'm going to put on the back. And that could take a while. So, I will stop recording now. And we will meet again soon. Thank you for coming. Bye for now.